Joyce Benny gonna be here tonight?
I don't know, I haven't talked to him.
Promise?
I muted it.
Listen,
You got it right there.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, I'll spread the word.
Thank you, man. What? Who's in what?
Yeah, it's in the minutes. 1 week now, 1 week then.
Yeah, this just says 1 week.
Let me call this meeting to order. If you would, let's bow our heads and let's have a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Lord, the blessings you bestow upon us daily. Lord, we ask that you be with this council tonight as we discuss city business and let them exemplify to do what is right for each and every person within the city. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Let's say the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Item 3, discuss and vote to approve agenda.
Move to approve the agenda as stated.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous. Item 4, discuss and vote to approve minutes.
Move to approve the minutes as stated.
Second again.
I have a question about item 5.
Okay, let me flip over.
Okay.
It just says that we approved the employee bonuses at 1 week pay, but didn't we do 1 week now and 1 week in the summer and 1 week at Christmas?
Yes, we did.
So,
Okay.
should that
Do
be,
you want that amended to say that?
I would like that amended to say that.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem. We will, I'll tell her Monday to amend that.
Move to approve as amended.
Okay, do we need to redo this too? Do we sign in that?
We can sign another one in November.
What I'm saying is, this one got the same wording.
That says 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
it'll be
in November,
one,
we
it'll
sign
be
another one,
one
says
week
1 week.
in Thanksgiving, so there's no reason to redo that one. But it ain't gonna make a difference. She, just one amendment made on item 5, and I'll have that amended, Monday.
Move to approve as amended.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, unanimous? All right, discuss and vote on retirement. What, I have put this on here, and I'm just asking, I'm not telling, I'm not begging. But, right now, we match up to $19 on, the retirement fund. Would y'all consider or want to consider going to matching $25?
Who is that retirement with? Who's the? what's the
It
fund?
runs through GMA,
Who's it for?
it's for the employees.
So they contribute 25, we contribute 25?
Yeah, we would contribute up to 25, they can contribute 50, but all we would match would be 25. Right now, it's capped at 19.
That's a week.
Yeah.
Do we know if anybody's maxing out their cap right now? I think everybody is.
Everybody.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, completely council decision. I just thought I would throw this out. Y'all may want to table and think about it between now and next meeting.
Total number of city employees.
Holy moly, you had to ask that, didn't you?
I did
Okay,
four.
we got 4 on the
That's
street,
9, 4, 13, 14,
3
16.
office, and how many?
9 if we're full staff.
I think like 16.
So that's
-ish.
$96 a week if they all go up. I'm just
Yep.
2 weeks, it's
We're talking about how many total?
$5,000 a year.
16?
You know, for everybody.
16.
16 at,
That would be an increase of $6 if you done that. That's per week,
per week.
that's 16 times 6 times 52.
4,992.
I suggest that be tabled till,
Okay. All right, we have a motion to table it. Does anybody disagree with that? Okay. All right, it will be tabled until next meeting. All right, item 6, I am gonna be turning this item over, and I will not be saying a word about it on item 6. I was asked to put something on the agenda, and anytime I'm asked, that's my job. So I was asked by Susan to put about a street light on North Railroad Avenue. I have done updated, talked a little bit to, Councilman Brown and, with, Councilman Ister, and I'm gonna turn the meeting over to Councilman Ister and let him proceed with y'all from there, because the person that has requested this, I am kin to, and I'm abstaining.
so at this point, one address on, North Railroad, the gentleman citizen has stated that it's too dark right in front of his house for his wife to safely walk the dog. I got a couple of questions that come to mind. Joyce, maybe you can help. Are there any other dark areas along the streets in Sycamore?
There's quite a few on the east side, more so than sporadically on the west side. But there's a lot of low dark spots.
There's a lot of dark spots, that's what I figured.
Adjacent to overgrown areas, particularly.
Yes,
Do we want to begin a precedent of setting up extra streetlights basically at every address in the city? I think that's kind of silly.
I do too. By the same token, there's one behind my house illuminating an alley that does not have any through traffic. Which, I mean, I don't know what particular purpose that one is serving, because nobody walks back there except the odd snake heading to Councilwoman Young's house. A few squirrels every now and again. I'm agnostic on this matter. If somebody's feeling unsafe, and let's be honest, particularly in the wee hours, every now and again, you get people walking around. Early in the morning, I've seen people walking up and down Railroad Avenue. I have no idea who they are, which I frequently call our illustrious law enforcement about it. But if my next door neighbor feels that a street light would be appropriate, I'm not advocating nor detracting from it.
Well, my initial concern is, do we really want to, begin a precedent of placing streetlights, which cost the city to install and to maintain?
Is there a,
And just-
Is there a standard? Is there a standard concerning distance?
Basically, they're at just about every, intersection in the city.
Okay, they're therein lies a bit of a rub, because that end of railroad is dead end. And I can attest, because every now and again, I've been one of those creepy people walking around up and down Railroad Avenue. You get down far past, a little bit past the mayor's house, it does get kinda dark and spooky back there.
Yeah,
You ain't got no better sense than not walking there.
I told gun.
Well,
by the
there you
same
go.
token, I've got a neighbor, close to me that, has his own private security light, in his backyard. He put it in place at his expense, he pays for the electricity,
That's right,
and that's his business.
that's right.
Uh,
He can walk his dog anytime he wants to.
and just.
So, I have a question, along that street, is there like a certain spacing and then they just stop in the city limits down that area?
Just in front of your
I have
house.
not been.
I just wonder if we're missing, like, there was one every 60, 90 feet, and now there's a gap and then a big, I'm just curious.
In all honesty, I have not been over at night to see exactly where a dark place might be or the spacing of the lights.
I have a question. Wouldn't the streetlights be up to the light company?
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Wouldn't the streetlights, if they want a streetlight, they can call the power company?
Yeah, if they want
If
one
they wanna
themselves.
put one up at their house, yes, they can.
And tell them that's what they would need to do, if y'all want to.
Another
I mean,
element
that's what we
is
did at our house. We just pay $7 a month.
on seven, that's all. On that end of, railroad, there's a tremendous amount of ambient light comes from Sconier Gym. Cause they got sodium vapor lamps outside that run 24/7.
We could turn them that's over there at, Head Creek, turn them that way, it'll light them up.
Yep.
Cause it lights up everything from Head Creek to 75, blinds you coming up that road.
I would think if there's an actual gap, if we have a lot of lights and then they just stop, and I could think there could be a precedent for putting one in, but not just at the request of any homeowner.
Let me suggest this then. Let me do some nighttime, observation myself, and everybody else who wants to, please do so. And, we'll bring this back up next month.
Fred, if you can wander into my yard at night, please tell me you're coming.
Now, I'm gonna wander in the yard. Street maybe, but not the yard. So I'm gonna suggest that this be tabled until next month. Is there any objection?
Nope.
Mr. Mayor, I'm turning it back over to you, please.
Okay. All right, item 7. Discuss and vote on debris.
I brought that one up.
Yeah. Okay, you got the floor.
Alright. I was talking about giving $50 on the water bill once a year, whatever, try to help the citizens. Well, if we start messing with that water bill thing, or we just trying to get loans for it, we're gonna get in trouble.
True.
So, we got control over the debris. It's $7 a month. That's $84 a year per household. $84. We can do away with debris for 1 year. That's roughly 28, maybe $30,000 total. We can do without. Not that we're gonna do away with debris itself, we still gonna pick it up, but they just won't get charged for it. That's $7 a month. That's $84 per household per year.
So a rebate without touching the water.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
So, we'll go back into the cushion for 30,000, roughly $28,000, $30,000. We got 300, how many? How many?
It'd be around 240, I believe, would be on that debris. Cause all the 300 something part of them's in county, and they don't get charged debris.
So 250?
Somewhere, I'd have to go back and check the numbers.
Well, I'm gonna go 275 to be high on it, how about that?
I see one problem with that. We still have to pay, if we're gonna continue to pick up debris, we still have to pay the tipping fee and, the time and fuel for our vehicle. So it's gonna cost the city,
About $30,000.
it's, well, it would cost the city $30,000. I don't see that that's a wise move on the city's part. It's not that we're, charging a great deal for debris. It's just, I think that, we need to be very careful with our money, which, that's what our budget's all about. And, I'm afraid that we may be setting a very wrong precedent there as well.
What precedent would that be setting besides we having to pay taxes twice this year?
We didn't
So,
cause
I
that.
understand that, but
We had nothing
it don't
to
matter
do
what
with
we
that.
caused, it's what we doing. We didn't cause it, the county caused it. That
Yes,
ain't
they
no-
did.
We both understand that, but we're trying to help the citizens for 1 year. I mean, $84,
Question,
yes.
Sean, in a given month, how many different places around town will you pick up enough debris to merit that truck and that, what do you call it?
The gravel truck. We pick up limbs and leaves, which is still a form of debris, every week. And every 2 weeks, we pick up household garbage, not household, but like a old
Debris.
chair or boards or stuff, brown goods, if you wanna call it that.
Round figure, how many different places will you actually have to physically pick that up?
Oh, it's
It-
over half the town, I mean, it's.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of, I'd say 75% of town uses the service.
But see, like me, I've used it, what, twice since I've been there, maybe 3 times.
Well, I've dragged
I've
a few
been there
limbs
30
out.
years. It's all about the, you know. I mean, neither here nor there. I'm just saying, we can help the citizens this year with $84. That's what it would amount to. We'll just pull out of it.
I'm always in favor of helping the city. I am always in favor of that. I didn't like the fact the water bills went up. But GFO's the one that told y'all had to do that. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Sean. Because we had to allocate and have so much money in there to make sure that the payment could be made on that Jeep loan. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Okay, if you go, debris is on the water bill. If you go cut 30,000 out of that, they gonna come back GPS and say, y'all gotta raise water rates even higher.
No, that's different.
I
That's the
just-
difference between what's written on the water bill and what the water Jeep is looking at. Jeep is looking at the water and the sewage. Basically, Jeep is looking at the water, not the weight, not the garbage pickup or anything else. I mean, we got garbage pickup on that, gold. It's on the water bill,
Yep.
okay? The sewer is on the water bill.
Another way to skin this cat,
Go ahead.
just the millage rate. Do it on the millage rate, it won't even show up on the water bill. Let's tweak the millage rate next time a little bit to cut people's property taxes.
Which that should be coming up
Yep.
next month or two.
Everybody makes out. As long as we remember that more than one way to skin the cat, just remember, at the end of the day, you wanna have a skinned cat.
Still skinning the cat.
Mhm.
Well, the problem is, although GFA theoretically is looking at the water, they're looking at our funds in the, water sewer account, which would include the debris as well as limb and leaf.
Yep.
I think, James's, Councilman Galt Brown's suggestion that we, adjust the millage rate would make, that would touch the general fund, not the water fund.
Precisely.
And
My,
I'm not, I'll get to you in just one second. Sorry.
no,
I like your idea, I do. I'm just trying to look at it so that they don't, I don't like Jeep, I've never liked Jeep. And I don't want them to come back in here and say, hey, y'all got to go up here and
Again.
now.
Jeep ain't even looking at
Yeah.
the waste, at the garbage, at the debris.
They looking at the whole total of
They
the water
looking
and
at
sewer
water.
account.
They looking at water.
Don't give them a bullet, they shoot.
my
They're looking
concern
at
though
the
is
water fund.
lowering just the millage rate and it affecting property taxes. Is that only going to affect the people who are paying the property taxes? And when
Yes.
you've got how many people in
You're
the town renting,
Right.
those landlords are not passing that
Yeah.
savings on to those renters. They're
Yeah.
gonna, that would affect the people who are actually living there and paying taxes, sales taxes anyway.
I agree with you a hundred
So-
percent.
Are the people that are living in rental units, don't they pay a school tax?
Through their property taxes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Uh,
My deal is, the water is separate from the debris.
it is, but it's
You know.
on the same piece of paper that gets mailed out. Now, where it gets mailed out to these days, I don't know, but that's the post office.
Can we find out for sure what Jeep is looking at? Are they looking at the
We looking
debris?
at water, we looking at water. Go ahead, Sean. She talking.
I was looking at Sean, but I was talking to, everybody.
That would have to, I can't answer that fully, I would think it would be all of it on the water. I can't answer that 100% correctly, so, without checking into it.
We
As to
could
what-
get the engineer to check it.
Yeah, I could make a phone call, talk to Stacy and ask him. Would it affect us if we changed the debris, or changed anything on the water bill?
The other one-
Not okay. If we divided it up and said, okay, this is your water bill, then we're gonna send you another piece of paper for this debris and trash pickup, gold and the $7. That's two separate entities. It's totally, the only thing cheaper is worried about would be water, not garbage pickup or anything else. But, you know, when we borrow money to do a water project, that's not covered under debris and waste.
I understand what you're saying, I'm just saying, I can't answer that without checking into it.
Can we table this until we check into it?
Yeah, we can table that.
Yes.
It will be checked into, and that's a good point that you brought up, Alan. I'm not against the process.
I mean, that saves the actual people that's paying the bill, water bill,
Yeah.
a break. That's not giving
Yeah.
the homeowner that's renting it the break. That's giving the person that's paying the bill the break. Now, if we lower the millage rate, that's gonna, the homeowner then will get a break.
Yeah. All right, item 8, Galt, you you wanna talk
Yep,
on this one,
that's me.
animal control?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is in my opinion that we need to have an explicit animal control policy. Here's the issue. If you got a stray dog, it's a stray dog. If you got a rabid dog, it's a rabid dog. But if you've got an animal cruelty case, that's a law enforcement issue. And law enforcement cannot be corralling a dog or cat or whatever that's being abused while they're dealing with an individual they gotta write a citation for, if not putting them in custody. Worth County has a shelter, and this was in our illustrious Wiregrass Farmer, what, a month ago, roundabout? They charge $150 per animal, or charge $900 a month for as many animals as you have. That would be $10,800 a year if we went that route. Whatever the case, we're gonna have to have a policy, and we're gonna have to decide who does what concerning the animal and concerning offenders, if and when. Because having an animal cruelty case, that's something we don't have a choice in. That has to be enforced. And, I mean, I'm genuinely surprised we don't have an issue with coyotes in town, because you drive 500 yards outside the city limits, they're thick as flies. And Ben ain't out there shooting them fast enough. So I propose that we put together either a working group or some kind of policy, and get with Sean and get with Ben and talk about who's gonna do what with the animal policy and what we're gonna do and where we're gonna put them. In the immediate short term, if it's necessary to incarcerate a dog, we've got a place behind the police station, we can do it in the very short term. We've got a kennel back there, which we built when we had a canine unit. That is not a solution, that is a stopgap for moving that animal out. At the very least, if we have an individual that surrenders an animal, or gets rid of an animal, or has an animal that is vicious, or whatever, and they want us to take it, we pass the cost from Worth County on to them. What I don't wanna see is people saying, well, I'm not gonna pay $150 to get rid of this dog, I'm just gonna drive to the end of the street and let it out. Because once upon a time, people letting out cats in Sycamore, Georgia was an epidemic.
That's still going.
Or a catademic. So my proposal is we have to have something, some kind of policy concerning this, because it's an ongoing issue, and it's not explicitly city works, and it's not explicitly law enforcement. So there's gonna have to be some kind of cooperation and coordination. I have paused for comment.
I suggest that, Sean and our chief get together and, prepare their recommendation, turn it over to our city attorney to prepare an ordinance that we can go ahead and approve.
I'm good with that.
Sean, does that work for you guys?
I'm good with, turning it over to the police department,
You good with that?
turning everything over to the police department.
The downside is,
Animal control.
if it's an animal cruelty issue, you can't deal with the animal while you're dealing with the suspect. That's my problem. Now, I don't know how frequently that happens, but I know it happened, what, 3-4 weeks ago?
Well, we don't have, just like, if they would call somebody in, we have to be called in as well.
Right.
So if it's officer there dealing with the dog and dealing with the homeowner, whatever happened would be more covered, in my opinion.
All right, well, we're gonna need to have an explicit policy.
There is a city ordinance for animals that we already have. It's
Who enforces
just,
it?
well, I mean, it's, Ben's in it to me.
And who enforces it? Particularly in the case of animal cruelty.
It's not thorough, is what I'm saying, so,
I understand.
yeah, it's gonna have to be.
I will dig that up tomorrow and see if I can get it to the city attorney, and let him look it over and see if he needs to put some more stuff, put some meat in it. And on the issue of street, on the issue of
if it is not already part of the statute, if we catch somebody dropping and abandoning animals,
Yeah.
I presume that falls under animal cruelty.
It does not, there is no statute on abandoning animals, currently.
At the state level?
I mean, no, for our city ordinances.
I can articulate it under animal cruelty. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
What, Sean?
I was just gonna comment as well, I mean, on the ones that we didn't pick up was back on the council's orders to, you know, we didn't pick up surrendered dogs. And that's
Right.
the ones we didn't pick up before.
I had had a meeting with Sean
Mhm.
when all this come up before, and Sean said, well, you know, listen, you know, the reason that we refused to do is because the council had told us about surrender dogs. I couldn't argue with that, because I remembered the meeting. You know, and, you know, I told Ben at the time, I can't argue with that point. But we gotta get on one page
Mhm.
and collectively put this together. You know, I'm not in favor of this all being turned on to the police. And I'm gonna tell you why. They've got their hands full enough for what they're having to do tonight. They don't need to be having to worry about the other part, you know.
Not to mention, Mr. Mayor, we just put that big bulldog in the back of the, say, $35,000 Ford Explorer and ruined the vehicle.
But anyway, we'll get on that, and
Well,
if
does
I'm not,
Ashford still have an animal control? Sort of,
they got one,
sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
We might
Sean,
need-
you have something you want to say?
We might need to work
I
out a
was just
deal.
gonna, I mean,
We might need to work out a deal with them.
there's a dog box at the city, I mean, the animals don't have to be put inside a vehicle.
We might need to work out a deal with Ashburn and let their animal control person be Sycamore's animal control person. Get that across.
And Sycamore will be the redheaded stepchild in that relationship.
We are anyway.
Or you can hire somebody specifically for animal control and give them their own budget, wherever it currently comes out of. I don't know.
That's another option.
I'm wondering if the frequency of it is gonna make the juice worth the squeeze.
I had 2 calls, well, I take that back, one was this week and one was last week. They were simply wanting to surrender dogs, and I told them at this time, Best Friends was full up, so I couldn't take long-term, because it's a minimum of 30 to 60 days at Best Friends, if it hasn't dwindled off some. I wasn't taking a dog for 30 to 60 days.
Now, is Best Friends the
Worth
shelter
county.
in Worth County?
Mhm.
Okay.
And luckily, they didn't probe into it any further when I said, no, I'm sorry, but at this time we don't, but you as independently can call Best Friends, but there is a fee.
Well, just so I'm clear on this, if Ashburn is paying $10,800 a year to Worth County Shelter, and they're saying they're full up and they ain't taking them,
It's this time of the year, every year,
They get full.
they get very full.
but my point is, if somebody's paying for a service and they ain't providing the service,
True.
that's gonna be a problem.
I thought
That's a big
that
problem.
I thought that service they was using was in a lap hall.
There is one out of Alapaha, Irwin County, before I left Irwin County Sheriff's Office. We had started using Alapaha just before I left, and you still have to transport the dog to Alapaha.
Is there nothing in Tift County?
I think
Yeah,
they,
they have,
They
they
have
have
a
county
shelter.
animal shelter.
Yeah, you got to leave from that county.
You
Doesn't
do.
matter, doesn't it?
You do now.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It's been that way for many years.
Yeah, if you don't live in that county, you're talking about a hassle.
I can't imagine a little bit of money would smooth that
It will, it will smooth.
over. The whole
it
county?
over.
No, I agree.
It will smooth it over, but you talking about if there's a bunch of dogs, it takes a bunch of money.
I've got to
Their
agree,
shelter is not that
though,
big.
I gotta agree that if it is a surrender dog, the person that's gonna surrender
told them
voted
that
on
they would
that.
have to get with best friends and pay their fee, that I was sorry I couldn't help it this time.
I think we already
They
voted on
seem to
that.
be okay
Yeah.
with it.
Well, we voted not to pick up surrender dogs at all.
Right,
Yeah.
right, if you want, you know, if you had surrendered one, you call whoever you needed to call, or pay the surrender fee.
Yeah.
I knew that y'all had done
Yeah,
that
we
with
did.
that in.
Yeah, well, just for the record, if we don't have a policy, that dog's gonna be surrendered to Coverdale Road.
Most likely,
Yep.
most likely. And then we end up with it anyway when it walks back into town, because when it's becoming a traffic hazard, we cannot let that traffic hazard occur, or when,
Or it gets hit, or it gets rabies, or it gets parvo.
or
it
it's
gets
jumping on
distemper.
the dog that is contained in someone's yard, and that's not fair to the public.
Mhm.
Y'all was talking about cats, I have witnessed on Matty Avenue, north. Many a time, they pull up there at night, they'll drop them out,
Mm-hmm.
take off, but don't do any good to call 911, because by the time they do get a cop over there, they long gone, you know what I mean? Nothing.
It's a
What can you
shame that they do that, but.
Yeah, it is. But, all right,
I just, can
yeah,
I say one more thing on it?
go ahead.
I'm willing to work with anybody on any solution we come up with.
Yeah.
On whatever we decide to do. But that being said too, the budget line item is very small for animal control.
Right.
So, something maybe we might have to look at too if we
Yeah.
decide to get into it a little further.
Okay. All right. We'll see if we can't get something worked out. In the meantime, we'll pull the animal ordinance that we do have, and which he, I think, was just looking for it,
Yeah, was researching.
and see if there's some more teeth need to be added to it or what. All right. Item 9. We're gonna table that one, animal control for the time being. I'm in 8. 9, it's time to renew the, life flight stuff. Now, of course, the council was paying theirs, but the employees of the city was paying. And, where is the thing? There it is. You look down at, number 3, it gives you the, options, membership options. And, 1 year, which is what we done last time, was $75 per. And like I said, the council, mayor, if they want it, which I got it last year, but I paid it personally, and so did the council. Pay their own membership. So, y'all discuss and tell me what y'all wanna do.
Is that the same price as it was last year?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
I think the city should renew it for the employees. I think the city should renew it for the employees.
You wanna do 1 year, 3 year, or what?
Do it at 1 year.
1 year.
We renew it every year, or can renew it every year.
I move we renew it on the basis of 1 year.
Second.
For all employees. Is that right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
We'll make sure that we got all that now. Okay,
Was
we got a
there-
motion made, I have a second. Alright, all in favor? Any opposed? No, nobody.
That's the biggest bargain decision on
I
this week.
I understand still that the mayor and council have to pay it out of our own pocket.
Exactly, if you
Okay.
want it.
Just wanted to make sure that's on the record.
Yep. Okay. Item 10. Vote, discuss and vote on a tree on college. On the corner of Collins, Street, everybody know where that's at, and North Railroad. We had a huge limb that fell last week. It took down the, street light pole and the live wire there last week.
And I didn't lose power? That's amazing.
Well, we quickly jumped on the situation because of some reason. We had one of them kids that's right here in the neighborhood to get hold of that live wire. And so we waited out, Georgia Power came, they finally cut the electricity to it. The crew got the thing picked up. Well, we took and looked at the right of way to see where the right of way was, whether that tree was on city property or if it was on private property. It is on city property. It's on city right of way. That's a big tree that's there. Sean has got an estimate, he can tell you what it would cost to remove the tree. And y'all can decide whether you wanna remove the tree, or whether you wanna trim back the tree, or what you wanna do from there.
Does the tree need to be removed?
The tree does need to be removed. The limb that fell was hollow inside, and having the tree guy to come look at it, and it's got several holes in the trunk of the tree. Without cutting into it, you know, we're assuming the center of the tree is fairly well hollow as well.
What's it gonna cost to get it removed?
$3,500.
Who you got doing that?
Well, it's a tree service. It's,
Chainsaws.
of course, that's where it's at. It's gonna take some work. It's gonna be limbed out, not just cut and drop. It's over a carport, it's over a fence, it's in a bad place.
It's gotta be done, because if it's on city property and falls on private property, the city's liable. I move, we have the tree removed.
And the only other thing, if that wasn't grinding the stump, if you want the stump ground, it'd be $300
Now,
added to that.
does that include cutting it down and removing it?
And remove it. That's cut down, haul off, everything.
All right, let me give you the answer to the meeting, I got a suggestion.
Okay.
I move the tree be removed.
Do we bid that out, or just find one person to do it?
Do what?
Do we bid it out? Do we bid that out? In other words, whenever we have stuff like this come up, put it in the paper, let the bids come in, have sealed bids.
If
And
you
how-
like to wait, but all it takes is one storm coming up, now that we're aware of it, we are totally liable if
You
anything
know how
happens.
many trees is on the right of way for the city?
Yeah,
Oh, bunch.
Which tree is it? I got it pulled up on
Well,
Google
this is
Maps.
approximate threat. If it's hollow on the inside, one windstorm,
In the
that
back.
tree comes down.
exactly.
Yeah.
I already had one like that in my place several years
What
back.
I'm saying is,
Just inside the corner of the fence?
anything, any project that we have should be bid out.
Only if there's,
We got time, cause it's been down for 2 weeks.
why
Wow.
don't you pay for it then?
That is the tree.
We got time to get the bids in.
We do, if you're sure we've got time.
Okay, it's been down for 2 weeks, correct?
What?
It's been down for 2 weeks.
Fair property.
That tree has been, that pole has been down for 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, we got a new one up there now.
Okay, what I'm saying is, we always just put somebody in there. We need to start bidding jobs out, so
Well,
everybody
I
has
have a question.
opportunity.
Shawnee, was you able to
to get
find
that.
anybody else? Was it just the one person?
I just got the one person right now.
I mean.
If y'all want more bids, I can call different tree surgeons and.
It's probably gonna be around the same. I mean, when I was having all the trees done at my house, they were
Any-
all
any-
pretty much
any
the
city
same.
business should be bid out that way.
You're risking, you're taking a terrible risk though. If
779.
the tree is hollow inside, it takes very little wind to tear one down and
I'm
do
not
more damage.
disagreeing with that for one second. I am not disagreeing with that for one second. What I'm saying is, whenever we decide to do something like this, if we know the tree's been down for 2 weeks, we should call everybody up and say, look here, we need to get 3 estimates on here and have them show up have them seal bids for the council meeting. I mean, it's that simple.
And we've done that before, and
I'm-
this guy's always been the most professional and the least cost.
From what Sean has described about the position of the tree, Johnny's chainsaw can't just go up and cut it down. It's gonna take somebody with, experience and equipment to take it down, and not many, unfortunately, not many, gentlemen or not many companies are capable of doing something like that.
They also gotta be bonded.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We'll table that issue and get some more bids.
How many bids do we like?
At least 3.
Let's have 3.
2 more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to have 3.
Alright, I got 1, I'll get 2 more.
I've tabled that till next month. Item 11, it says to discuss and vote on SPOS. I'm not asking to discuss and vote. I'm just wanting to make y'all aware that I had attended the last county commission meeting, and the county commission had decided to put SPOS on the, referendum to be voted on this November. So I want y'all to be aware of that. Me, myself, I understand their concept. They could be used to roll back taxes. I ain't got a problem with rolling back taxes. But for years, we paid 6% or 6 cents on the dollar for everything we bought here. Well, they all of a sudden went to 7%. Well, then they had to add from there over to that regional deal that we got messed with to 8 cents on the dollar that we're paying. Now they're wanting to go to 9 cents on every dollar we're paying. Why don't they just put it, my personal opinion, 23% across the board, and let's just do away with all city and county taxes. Make it a fair tax rate. If we gonna keep going up like this to where everybody's having to pay more and more and more and more and more and more and more, you know, it's just keeping going. But, anyway, if this was to be passed on referendum, an account is supposed to be established to put this SPOS money in. Then, that money is supposed to be allocated, will be allocated at the same percentage as what our SPOS is allocated, the money we give. And that is supposed to be allocated for rollback of taxes. Well, I wanna see their distribution system. They haven't told me that yet, I've done ask. I wanna see the distributions, decision, because let's just say Alan Coker has got a house that's worth $100,000. And let's say my house is worth $50,000, okay? How are you gonna allocate this, that I get the same amount of money that he gets for rollback on his taxes, when his taxes would be a lot more than mine? Y'all see where I'm going? So I'd love to see the distribution on what they're talking about, and I haven't seen it yet. But I want y'all to know that they had voted to put it on the referendum, so it will be up for vote this November. just wanna make y'all aware of it.
And if the county puts it on the referendum and it gets voted on, as we are required to take it in the city,
Yeah, it would be countywide.
You have to have an intergovernmental agreement.
Yeah.
You have to have a rate, you have to have a percentage, and there has to be an agreement despite, well, the only issue I have with it, that I haven't, and it's not an issue, is it's gotta be used exclusively to roll back property taxes.
right?
The question is if there's an existing lien on property, unpaid property taxes, can it be used to pay that lien off? And I don't have an answer for that.
So y'all be hearing more about this in the coming months, but I wanna make sure y'all knew what my purpose in this tonight was, to let you know where the county commission is going and what's happening. I wanted to make sure y'all were informed about that. So that's all this was on here for. And item 12, I'm moving to now, just to give you a heads up, this next Monday, the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th, is sign up for council and for mayor. Y'all will be able to go in there up to 4:30 each day. It will end Wednesday, the 20th, at 4:30. So, I wanted to let y'all know, anybody that's up this time, you know, if you're planning on running in, you need to go in and sign up. Yeah. So, that's all that's on there for.
Who's up?
Alan is, Doc is, Fred is, and I am.
And your registration fee is 3% of your compensation.
3% of the annual compensation.
All right. Now, item 13, got anything?
I don't,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, I know you do.
Oh, yeah. I would like to ask for another trench box, and this is one if y'all want to pass this around. This is, I have two now, but this is a aluminum one and smaller. It would be easier set up for smaller water leaks and smaller places by the road where I wouldn't have to excavate as much area without disturbing as much area. The price on this one is $6,459.70. And it comes with 4 sides. Even if I had to dig up the road, I can set it down in a spot if I have to work on a valve or work on something else.
You need it or you want it?
Well, I need it, to protect me and the guys, whoever's in the hole.
That would need, how long do we need?
Sean, how much are we talking about?
What, I didn't hear you, Fred. How much? It is $6,459.70.
How long do we need one?
A bunch of, a long time. I mean, I've been in holes, I have 2 big ones. And they work good when I'm making sewer taps or doing deeper work, but this is lighter weight and it's easier to put in certain places. They
Long
have
story
their
short,
shortage.
it's employee safety.
Employees.
Couldn't you put
Sure.
that in your?
Long story short, this is employee safety.
I have,
Yeah.
money, equipment in my budget that it would come out of, it is in the budget.
How about squash? Wouldn't that be squash eligible?
Infrastructure.
It's infrastructure
I'm
equipment.
not sure whether that would be SPOS eligible or not.
That way it'll save your budget and taxpayer money.
I'm all for that if it's.
It's hardware.
It's hardware, but I'm not sure. That's why I just passed it on to the city attorney. It's equipment, so, and it's for public safety, so that would work.
Are you gonna get a wheel kit?
No, I wasn't gonna get a wheel kit.
Wouldn't that make it rolling stock?
That would
We
be.
can put it, that would be just a little bit more for a wheel kit, yeah.
So if it's got wheels, it's legal, it's legit,
Okay, we'll add a wheel kit to it.
yeah.
And how much is a wheel kit?
Let me have a price sheet.
Leave off the spinning rims and the white wall.
District's on here.
We're not gonna stop on that.
Wheel kit, that's $750.
I was talking about $7,000 altogether, a little over $7,100 in round numbers. But it would come out of splosh. If it's got the wheel kit,
Doesn't that make it a trailer?
It would be just what you see in this picture right here, it would be we could,
So the wheel kit on it's gonna be towed?
it can be, or it can be
That's what it
pushed
stops.
around.
Yes,
I could tow it with the Kubota, or I could tow it, or push it by hand with the.
I move it be approved and be
With the
taken
wheel
on
kit.
splosh.
second.
All in favor?
All right.
Thanks, so
Thank you.
carried.
Next one is.
More?
And more cost, but this is something we had talked about and something we had planned on and planned in the budget. This is the pump for the spray field pump area out there. We got a price on it, it's $19,448.63.
For what?
The irrigation pump at the spray field, that
Oh.
pumps it out to the field. They're 35 years old, never been replaced. We had talked about it in one of the meetings and we said, put it in the budget, we did. And at this point, I was wanting to ask do we wanna go ahead and order one and have it on the ground when and if we need it, or when we need it, not if, but.
We'd approved it in the past?
Yeah,
We had talked about it and we agreed to put it, work it in the budget, and there's a line item in the budget for this fiscal year.
If the line item's in the budget, buy it.
Yeah,
Okay. I just had to bring it forth and,
but now when it comes to putting it in, we need bids,
okay.
bid the jobs out.
If that's in the budget, we don't need a motion on this.
Well, I'll,
No, the
okay.
$20,000 is just for the pump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if we've already budgeted it, it doesn't require a motion.
Have you got more than one supplier possible?
for the pump,
Yeah.
no.
Or-
There's one in this area and I think there's one in California.
Pardon me. It does need to be voted on.
If we already got a line item in the
You got a
budget.
line item,
But the
but
spend that
Still over
expenditure.
you're
It's
talking
expense.
about $19,000, it needs to be voted on.
For which
Yes,
we,
it does.
for which we budgeted it.
Yeah, but.
We have
At
to
least
vote.
we budgeted
We
to
have to
say
approve it,
spend it.
yeah.
Move to approve the purchase of the
Second.
pump as is expressed in the line item.
Second,
Alright, all in favor? Okay, now,
All right, I have one more question.
oh, good.
This is on our Christmas lights. And, we have money in the budget allocated for them. I just wanted to ask y'all as to how far do we wanna go with that? Do we wanna go all out and use what we got? Or do we wanna replace one or two? Right now, I know I have 7 electrical boxes on the 15 decorations we have that need to be replaced. They're the old screw-in fuse type with the handle, they're outdated, and they're rusted up and dangerous.
These Christmas ornaments cost about $800 a pop.
Yes, you can get some at 4, they're a little bit smaller and don't look so good, but, the better looking ones cost around $600 to $800.
What say, ladies and gentlemen of council, that we just decide to buy 2 Christmas ornaments a year until we've got enough ornaments that are new and safe and not rusted up? All that said, you suggest to me that there are some folks in town that want more Christmas ornaments up in more places?
In different places, we had talked about it, like some on Denham Road maybe, or Bussey, or, and just different areas than we have.
On that note, 41.
Or, yeah, further up 41.
I'd say maybe 3 a year.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Actually,
So you making that into a budget?
how much we're talking about to upgrade the unsafe boxes? and
Unsafe
put at
boxes
least-
is gonna be about $200 a piece.
So,
And how many is that?
and there's
That's,
7, that's 14.
Plus 3 ornaments, okay.
$14.
We're talking about $2,500 to replace the bad boxes, 7 of them.
Yeah, that'd be
And-
14 on that.
Put 2 more,
Three.
replace.
3 more.
Throw 3 more, I was talking
Six.
$3,000, right? Out of our $15,000 budgeted.
We have 25 budgeted for Christmas lights.
15.
15?
That sounds to me like
Did I look at the wrong
$3,800.
thing?
If my math is right.
15,000,
Okay. Oh, I was looking at street lights.
so I move that we replace 3, or purchase 3 new
3 new and fix the old boxes.
pole decorations and replace the 7 boxes that need to be replaced. All out of the, budgeted line item for Christmas lights.
Okay, and do I?
Second.
Okay, we got a second, all in favor? Okay, so carried.
Would you sit down now?
I will. That's all I had. Thank you.
Now time.
I'm excited about the Christmas.
All right. Item 14, anybody got anything they want to say? Okay. Item 15, pay bills.
Move to pay bills.
Second. Okay, all in favor? So carried.
Move to go home.
Second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? We are adjourned.
Oh, that's not my pen, I was just, I was still looking. It's not mine.
We,
What
drop these
hour
off.
PPA